Today, I want to talk about some of these articles that discuss talented jerks at work. I'm sure you've seen some of them posted around, but the idea is there are some people who are possibly smarter or more talented than others, and they act like jerks at the workplace, and that creates bad environment for everyone to work at. And I agree with the articles. They say, there is no place for that. Everyone should have a comfortable environment where they can share ideas and not be put down. However, there are a couple of things that those articles miss or maybe don't give enough emphasis to. And that's what I want to contribute to in this video. So let's do that. So the situation of talented jerks is generally more accepted and happens more often in smaller companies. So imagine you start in your own lit support firm and you have total of maybe like 10 employees at best. Maybe you have a department that has 3 people, you got 3 tech people that are doing something. And in that situation, one of those people could certainly be like one of those talented jerks that you steal from another company. But it's really difficult to figure out what to do about it when you're in such a small environment. Here's the real world situation employers are facing. Like we talked about, you start a new business, you have a company, you have a department of 3 people. One person turns out to be a jerk, right? Well, what do you do about it? You can't just fire them because you rely on them to get the work done. On top of that, that talented jerk may be actually the person who carries all the workload in the company. For example, they could be smarter than everyone else and they're able to solve problems that others can't. Or maybe they're more available than other employees. And in the smaller companies, small businesses, people rely on these heroes, right? Heroic efforts of few individuals. So for example, everything is going fine, you have job after job after job, and then you have a giant production coming in, right? And you need everyone to jump on it and get it done. Well, your good employees are going to claim, work-life balance, punch out at 5 o'clock and go home and say, forget it. And this talented jerk would be staying at the office late, working long hours, and that person would actually be the person who's responsible for keeping the company successful and will complete that project on time. And in my opinion, this is the most difficult situation for employers to handle. And you can have similar problem with sales. You could have a salesperson who is a jerk, but they sell 60% to 80% of entire sales for the company. So how do you handle situations like that? So when it comes to tech, I think it's important for the manager of the person who is being a jerk to identify that behavior is happening and do some of the sort of a gentle confrontation. Maybe observe certain behavior and then have a quick talk afterwards, saying, hey, you just had a conversation with so-and-so. Do you think he might be a little offended if you speak to them that way? Maybe next time you could be a little bit more polite. I know that person is new. I know they don't really know what they're doing, but they're learning. So if you could give them a chance and be a little bit more respectful, and try that approach and see if you can get the person to be a little bit more nicer and play better with others. And just like we give time to a new person to learn the job and be patient with them, well, perhaps something like that is needed for those talented jerks who may not have figured out or found their internal balance. I know when I was put in the management role, I wasn't the nicest manager, I would say. I didn't really know how to deal with people. I wasn't really trained. I just became a manager because of my better technical skills. So I would admit to myself that, yeah, probably I wasn't the best person to work with for a certain period of time. And so that comes back to that personal growth is you have to let people find themselves, figure out, are they taking it too far, not enough, and find that balance in the middle, along with the coaching from their manager to make sure they're able to, find their balance and able to fit in a team better. Now, when it comes to sales, that's even more difficult. You could have a salesperson who's going to get upset, they're going to quit. You could potentially lose that client, or maybe that client will go with a salesperson. All kinds of things happen. And what I've seen companies do is, I don't know if it's right or not, but they would take that salesperson and they would sort of isolate them. They would say like, look, you're an independent salesperson. You don't need a team. You go and do your own thing, right? Enjoy. You don't need to come to sales meetings. You don't need to do anything else. You know, you just go out there, you make a sale, and as long as you have good numbers, we're good. Don't need to talk to anybody else. Don't talk to the team members. Don't talk to anybody. Just talk to your manager, go do your thing, come back, and we'll be happy to have you around. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on talented jerks. Have you had to work with some? Please let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have some other ideas how to deal with them, especially when it comes to small businesses that can't afford to just replace people, let me know about that as well. Don't forget to follow on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you on another video.